Hi, thought you might be interested in taking a look at the American Girl style piece of furniture that I built for my granddaughter Malin for Christmas. This is styled after those 18-inch dolls. It's a bunk bed on top with a desk and chair and shelves and so on underneath that. First off, the overall dimensions of the entire unit. It's 24 1/4 inches high and 20 1/2 inches wide, side to side, and it's 11 3/8 inches deep. The wood I used, like for these support legs, is 1 inch on each side. And most of it is made out of either 1/4 inch or 3/8 inch thick wood or plywood. The cork board inside your seat, a little frog push pins, measures 9 1/2 inches by 14 inches. And these are simply cork tiles, two of them glued together to create the necessary thickness. I also incorporated a whiteboard here, magnetic whiteboard, that I found at a local craft store. I just cut it to size. It only has a cardboard backing, so it's really easy to work with. And the whiteboard is 9 1/2 inches by 14 inches. I also incorporated some molding at the base of each of the legs. And the molding is simply 5/16 inch on each side. It's a 1/4 inch round. You see some here. The desk is 11 3/8 inches on each side, and it's simply part of a circle. It's basically a quarter circle. And that's 1/4 inch plywood. Probably the most difficult part of the project was creating the chair. The chair is primarily either 1/4 inch or 3/8 inch thick wood, and I didn't have really any good information until I started searching on the internet as to how high this chair is supposed to be, and it turns out it's about 9 inches high from the floor to the top of the back here. And what I did is I created a pattern on some rectangular paper, drew to full scale, and after a couple tries got something that I thought was pleasing. You can see a slight tilt to the back, for instance. The seat of the chair is a little bit wider at the front than it is at the rear. It's 5 inches wide at the front and 4 1/2 inches wide at the back, so it has a little bit of a taper to it. The seat, by the way, is 5 inches above the floor. But I would encourage you to probably draw yourself a diagram like I did. It's assembled with regular wood glue, and I have a pin nailer, works off a pneumatic pin nailer, to kind of hold everything together as the glue was drying. And that worked pretty good. I found it necessary for stability to include at the bottom here these particular horizontal runners to stabilize the chair. After all, a 8-year-old's going to be playing with it. Some of the components that I used over here, you'll see the paint by Krylon. This is the indoor-outdoor gloss, and we chose purple and gumdrop for the two colors. And I used about 1.5 cans of each color on the entire project. Now moving to the little cabinet that I built. My workshop is not really put together for miniaturized furniture, so I was able to improvise a little bit. And you can see the inside of it's a little more of those frog push pins, and it's a dry erase marker there. And a lot of this hardware, whatnot, you can buy locally at a hardware store to fit your project. The pull handles here. What I did here is I went to Rockler Woodworking and I noticed these particular pegs. So all I did is to take two of these and I cut them off here, pretty much where my finger is, and then was able to insert them in a little bit of a hole that I drilled into each door and I glued them in there. So that works pretty good. The shelves are each 1 3/4 inches deep and about 9.5 inches wide. And I also fashioned some little supports there, you can see them, out of some solid wood that I had. And I glued those all together and painted them before attaching it to the entire unit. You'll have to do some masking. There's no way to get around it, but the lesser amount I had to do, the better, as far as I was concerned. The top of the bunk bed here, the material was sewed by my daughter and my wife. I thought they did a really good job of the pillow and the round little one too. And then the bedspread, which really matches the paint colors pretty well. Underneath, it's simply foam mattress with some yellow material on top. You'll also notice at the foot that I have a little embellishment here. And all those are, again, is from Rockler Woodworking. There's one of them there. And I just drilled a hole up the center and inserted the dowel and then glued it to the frame of the bed. Now also what I incorporated here was this little lattice work, I guess I'll call it. I went to a local supplier of dollhouse materials and found this. It's kind of expensive actually. It's like $20-some for a package of 3 of these. But I thought by incorporating it, it really added a lot to the entire kind of a girly approach to the entire unit. In working with small things like this, I had to improvise because my workshop, quite honestly, is for bigger type furniture. And when you're, for instance, sawing these tiny little pieces, it's easy for your blades and whatnot to take out a little piece of wood that in ordinary projects would not be an issue, but in something like this it is. So I improvised my own little miter box here, and that helped a great deal. I have a 90-degree angle and a 45-degree angle. That helped an awful lot in putting together this entire project. I also, let me swing around here, incorporated, just because I thought it was cute, a couple stars there. And you can see the backside of the unit here. So I think it worked out pretty good, and I certainly hope that my granddaughter will enjoy it for many years to come. So I hope you are inspired and can come up with your own version of this bed for the American Girl doll. So take care. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye-bye.